world is a pretty crazy place, so I think you should be just as crazy to keep up with it. Welcome to Lazlow Zone.
For a second.
Well, there was the theory before they launched CERN,
Yes.
the Large
we all
Hadron
thought it was
Collider,
going to open up a a black hole.
that it would create a particle that would devour the fabric of the universe.
They thought it was a black hole that would expand and expand and expand until...
Maybe it did.
What?
Maybe it did.
God, man.
Maybe it restarted.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we're in a parallel universe.
Wow.
Maybe we were knocked off our timeline into another place.
Yeah.
It makes less sense.
Yeah, it was the thing that was going around on the internet a little while ago, that the evidence of multiple universes, that we pop in and out of different realities.
Right.
Like the fact that
it's a multiverse.
Like the Ford logo. Let's say, do you recognize this part of the Ford logo? And they say most people never noticed it. There's a weird little squiggle in the F.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
and
the FedEx thing blows people's minds, too.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's the arrow.
What arrow?
Oh, exactly. Bring up FedEx. You'll never not see the arrow again.
Yeah, same thing with the Ford logo. It's like there's it's not a normal.
So it's all
F.
perceptions. It's like it's been there the whole time, and I didn't know there was an arrow there.
Yeah, there are people who insist that.
Oh.
The FedEx arrow is really...
Oh, interesting. Okay, but that's an accidental arrow.
No.
You think so?
They designed it in there.
They did?
Where's the arrow?
They definitely designed it right there?
Oh, yeah, right there.
The white part?
Yeah.
That's an arrow?
Oh, yeah.
Now you never see it again. Or never not see it again.
I know, it's funny.
Huh.
But I mean, that could be like the universe,
here's
right?
the Ford. Yeah,
What's the Ford thing?
The little squiggle in the F.
Jesus.
Why is that a squiggle? Why is it squiggled?
I never saw that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because it
Who the
actually
fuck
spells...
makes an F like that?
Yeah,
that means it actually spells fjord.
Yeah.
Or Ford.
Fjord.
Ford. Is that an I? What is it?
Why would they squiggle that?
Why did they do that?
Oh, it's not there.
It didn't used to do that. Interesting.
See, it's
the
stuff that's right in front of you
the
that you
Mandela
don't
effect.
even
That's
know.
right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. The people who insist that
Freaks me
Mandela
out.
died in jail. In jail.
I thought an interesting comment was made when somebody said to me, I heard somebody say, where's Mandela? Well, Mandela's dead.
So was there always a squiggle? What is that?
know.
Is that a real Ford, that little thing? When did they make the squiggle? Okay, that's normal.
Because that's what I thought the Ford thing looked like until I saw this.
Is it?
Maybe in the
Mandela
future.
Did they
effect.
stop the squiggle at some point? They must have.
Or the opposite. Maybe they add the squiggle.
Dave, you can't bring up the squiggle without
what's a
proper
modern-
information.
I didn't do the research.
What's a modern Ford? Go to put 2019 Ford Mustang. Let's see that. Let's see if they have the
Yeah, I
squiggle.
think it has the squiggle now.
It does?
I think it does.
So
They
maybe
added
some
the squiggle.
asshole wanted to justify his existence by ruining their beautiful
I changed the logo.
Yeah.
Look at it. Let's see.
I mean, logos do change.
That is the squiggle, I
That's the
think.
squiggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a new Mustang, so the squiggle is current.
Yeah.
Yep, the squiggle's current.
It really doesn't fit.
No, it looks stupid.
Yeah.
It would look better without that stupid squiggle.
Totally.
The only thing that's saving that squiggle is that no one noticed it up until now.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Now I'm never not going to notice the
Thank you,
squiggle.
Mandela effect.
Hello, welcome back to the Lazlow Zone. Now I've been searching the internet, and I thought maybe I should look up some old paintings. So I decided to look up some Da Vinci paintings. Do you guys remember the Vitruvian Man painting?
What game is this again? This is the new
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
And it just came out recently.
Yeah,
right?
November.
Think about it. Now, did it have 6 arms or 4 arms?
What's your game, Vitruvian Man? I withdraw the question, Vitruvian Man.
Also, did you notice how screwed up his leg is? It looks broken. That ain't right. Number 2. You know back in the day when it used to be Little Caesars? spelt right, like Caesar salad, look at Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar is spelt wrong also, so I think that probably had a lot to do with the pizza store being wrong as well.
That's so funny.
If you go on the internet and look up all the old articles for Little Caesars, why did thousands of people get Little Caesars wrong? If I was making an ad, I'm pretty sure I would try to make the ad for my company spelled correctly.
Oh, Caesar!
Hence, wilt thou lift up Olympus? Great Caesar, doth not Brutus bootless kneel?
Speak hands for me.
Et tu, Brute, then fall Caesar.
Now, if flat earth theorists are correct, then they might actually have some evidence because the moon is upside down.
The moon is upside down, y'all. The moon is upside down, y'all. Hey, y'all. Gotta get out there and look at y'all's moon. Look at the surface features. They're all obscured. Look. Look. I don't get it.
Okay, I see it. It's upside down. I see now the moon is upside down because the plateau is right there, the little, okay, let me zoom back out a little. The plateau is on the bottom there. It's usually on the top. There's the star formation, or the eyes, or whatever you call them. They're on the bottom. They're usually on the top. I can see the plateau right here. I zoomed right in. It's in the middle. And there's the star formation. It's just that it's upside down. That means that the cat and the man should be on the other side. Yes, the cat is right here in the middle of the screen. The thing. There's the man. He's looking. He's on his side, his head is on the right, his body's on the left. And the cat, hold on, is just under him, facing the same way, and there's the bottom of the moon on the left-hand side. Okay, so it twisted, and it's about to go down. The moon is upside down for me.
And how do you explain this? An upside down rainbow. Number 4. Wouldn't it be cool if we lived in a cartoon land where we could gallop around in pink grass? Well, now we can, in China. Number 5. Hitler. What an asshole. Anyway, did you know he has a daughter and she's the governor of Germany? Sorry, Chancellor. I'm not from there. Now, if you look at Angela Merkel and you put a mustache on her, you got Hitler. Now, there's a lot of theorists who believe that she is actually the descendant and daughter of Hitler. And there's a lot of things to back this up. One being that she's the Chancellor of Germany.
Thank you.
Send a good picture back to Germany, please. Make sure.
How did you talk to him?
Very good. Many things.
Sehr gut, danke. Mein Freund, ich empfange gute Gelegenheit, sich zu unterhalten.
Thank you. Okay. Head up. Thank you, fellas. Fellas over here. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Number 6. Have you seen chimera animals? Because there's like a bunch of them. There's like cats and lobsters and dogs. And there's like a bird, cardinal, that is a male and a female. It doesn't know what the hell's going on.
What? What? What's the matter with you? What's the matter? What? What? What are you doing? What's the matter?
Number 7. When I was a kid, I used to be a little bit of a cowboy, so I was into Wild Bill Hitchcock. But that's not what it's called anymore. It's Wild Bill Hickok, I believe. If you watch those old Western shows, ask your grandpa, is it Hitchcock or Hickok? I'm confused. I remember Hitchcock.
Hold it, Hickok.
Where do you think you're going?
Number 8. Now in Canada, where you guys are clearly not from, maybe you are, there is a forest in Saskatchewan where the trees are like bent over and they look like they all got hit by giant trucks, but I'm guessing it has something to do with either toxic, poisoning, or Nazis.
If you ever venture outside the village of LAZLOW in Poland, you won't have to wander very far before you discover one of the greatest mysteries on Earth, the mysterious and extremely strange Crooked Forest. This strange forest was planted in the 1930s, presumably by people who lived nearby. It is made up of 400 trees, which are bent at 90 degrees just above their base, with the curve going back upright after 3 to 9 feet of sideways growth. These trees all point to the north and bend to make a very specific J shape. The tree experts called to examine the trees speculate their strange shape probably started when they were damaged 7 to 10 years after they were planted. There are many different theories about what could have damaged these trees and made them take this shape. One popular theory is that they were damaged by passing tanks during World War II. What do you think? Another origin theory for the strange trees is that a heavy snowstorm arrived not long after the trees were planted. The weight of the snow proved to be too much for the trees and caused them to grow abnormally. While those two explanations might make some sense, there are a few other theories that require one to have a lot of imagination in order to believe them. The first is that the crooked forest has more gravity than other places, and that a special force is pulling the trees down. Yes, really. Yet another possible theory that was suggested is even more outlandish. Believers think that the bent trees are a byproduct of, you guessed it, alien activity. They believe an alien spacecraft simply landed in the area and bent all the trees. While there is no way of disproving the idea that aliens crushed the trees, there are other more reasonable explanations about how this forest came to be so crooked. Not only that, but these seem to be a little more plausible than alien activity. The most popular theory is much easier to swallow. The thinking is that local woodcutters deliberately manipulated the shape of the trees with the idea of using it for construction of specialty furniture. Unfortunately, the onset of World War II put a kink in the timeline of their plan, and it was never realized. Whatever the truth may be, the crooked forest is made all the more fascinating for its mysterious origins.
Number 9. What is up with this rainbow world now? Did you know waterfalls are rainbows now? In Sierra Nevada, there is a rainbow waterfall. Number 10. Now this subject will carry a bunch of controversy about Linkin Park. Why did Chester die? Because he was alluding to the fact of the black hole sun. People say it's a sun simulator and it's trying to guard us from the vision of Planet X. But I have another theory. What if our sun is actually dying and they are trying to hide the fact that the sun is dying, so they enlighten it a bit with a sun simulator? Others believe it might be a portal to another galaxy.
Now what we got here is the light bulb, which was created by the Egyptians. This picture clearly states that the light bulb is not a new thing. It hasn't been a new thing for hundreds and hundreds of years. They have perfected the light bulb, and centuries ago, of course, now technology has increased, so the light bulb doesn't seem like the old light bulb or what we think a light bulb looks like today. Now here we see the sun. In the middle of the sun there's a dark spot. Now what can this dark spot be? A lot of people think it's Nibiru, a planet that enters our solar system, I think every 36,000 years. But of course, if you believe this stuff of things, maybe you'll believe what I gotta tell you. Okay, I don't think it's Nibiru. Here we see an artificial sun simulator. Here you see in the center is the dark spot, or the planet Nibiru. When you look at it in the picture that I just showed you, okay, the light bulb has been perfected to an artificial sunlight light bulb. Now if you don't believe it, here you see an airplane. The airplane is above the clouds, and there, as you can see it, is the sun. Now you might be thinking, this is impossible. The sun can't be inside the sun. I mean, the sun can't be inside the clouds. But if you start thinking, it's not the sun. It's an artificial sun. It's a simulated sun. It's a big light bulb. It's a light bulb. Then it doesn't become impossible. It's possible. It's just a light bulb up in the sky. Again, you've perfected the light bulb, and it's here. It's quite evident that that has been accomplished already. Now the Germans here had an artificial sun. Now of course this is less primitive. Remember in Egypt they have perfected the light bulb. Alright, we've already done this so many times. Here it is again, an artificial sun. You can see it. It's an artificial sun simulator in the sky. You can see it again. Now if you don't believe that this is a light bulb here, here's something that's impossible. Now take a look at this video right here. You see it in out of the ordinary, something strange. If you pay close attention, you'll see it. Have you caught it yet? Look at the clouds. The sun is actually setting inside in the clouds. Now again, how is this possible? It's impossible. The sun can't sit inside the clouds, within the clouds. It can't do it. It's impossible. Now of course, it's only possible if it's not the sun, and if it's a sun simulator or a gigantic light bulb that we placed up in the sun, up in the clouds. It is clearly evident of what's going on here. If you don't believe this, then maybe you need to wake up. You need to wake up. You need to start getting out of that mindset that technology exists as it is. Light bulb has been perfected centuries and centuries ago, and now you see it has a big sun up in the sky. Again, the sun set inside the clouds, which is clearly impossible. Again, this is only possible if it's a gigantic light bulb or an artificial sun that we've created. And that's exactly what this is, an artificial sun simulator. Here again, this is another video that clearly shows something impossible going on. An aircraft or a UFO, something going through the sun. Now, if you look at this, you say, oh my God, what is this? An airplane going through the sun? It's clearly impossible. Does it have like a field force around that airplane? Or is that UFO some kind of high technologically advanced aircraft that can withstand the temperature of the sun to go right through it? Of course, it's impossible. It is impossible for this to occur. It's not impossible if it's a light bulb, an artificial sun. And that's exactly what this is showing here. The impossible.
Number 11. A strange thing that happened up north is that caribou are lost, and they keep going in circles.
I mean, come on now. If people tell me that this is normal for reindeers to circle like this, oh, come on. This must have been took with one of them action cameras or what's the name? Look at that. They circling. I mean, come on. That ain't normal for them to circle like that and like a straight circle. You can see it. The formation of the circle. And so, and all 3 pins, all of them, they all circling. Almost like a purple circle. Come on, man.
And I think it has something to do with their electromagnetic compass in their head is broken because something's going on in this planet. Same with birds.
Did you say they've already done this like 10 times?
Oh, they did.
When are they gonna land? They just keep going more that way. I wonder if people are even noticing the birds. Oh no, one's falling behind! Hurry up, little fella! You don't want to fall behind in the pack. Come on, little fella.
No, they're still going.
Hey, where is it? I can't see anything. Oh, there they are. There they are. Look at this.
They're still going?
Number 12. So just the other day, I picked up a Harman Kardon amplifier. If you don't know what that is, it's for speakers. They make your speakers loud. You should try it sometime. Is it Harman Kardon or Harman Kardon? It's always been Harman Kardon. But I looked at these old articles, and the guy who actually owns Harman Kardon, his last name is Harman, with an O. And why is it spelled like Harman? And I looked it up, and there's like hundreds of thousands of people who are spelling it wrong, and they're even putting ads in the paper spelling Harman Kardon wrong. That's some good advertising. Number 13. Now, if I was a scientist, I would want to make up some pretty cool looking creatures. So I would put together a zebra and a donkey. I give you the zonkey.
No, 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 no.
There it goes, it's running
no,
away.
Don't run it. No. No, don't go in your office.
Also, the Zorse. The Zorse. It's beautiful. Only $50,000. I have no idea.
Okay.
Number 14. Have you always wanted to train your own dragon? Well, now you can with the Marine Dragon. Seahorses got nothing on this thing. one today. You just have to get there. Bottom of the ocean, I think. They're beautiful. Number 15. Speaking of pink, weird creatures, squirrels. Squirrels? Squirrels glow under UV light. Pink. Since when?
You'll see that both of these squirrels have a white ventral region, and when you shine a black light on it, like this light here, this is just a standard light you can get at a pet store. It emits at about 395 nanometers, which is just right into the ultraviolet. When you shine this light on the venter in the dark, you can kind of see a little bit on the southern flying squirrel. It's really pink, but we don't have the right filters on the iPad, so we're getting a little bit of pink even in the red squirrel, which doesn't focus. It's just pretty much white. But that's not the cool thing I want to show you.
Number 60. Do you remember the wolf lays with the lamb thing that happened in the Bible? Well, have you read Isaiah 11:6 lately? Because it goes something like this. The wolf will live with the lamb, and the leopard will lie down with the goat, and the calf and the lion and the yearling together. And the little child will lead them, and the cow will feed with the bear. What's next? Elmo will sleep with the big bird. I don't know what's going on, but I don't remember there being a leopard in the Bible in that paragraph, but there is.
Your zeal blinds you to the truth. The New Jerusalem will not be built by murder and uprisings. The wisdom of God will fill the land as water fills the sea. The lion will lie down with the lamb. There'll be no more killing or destroying. And the voice of weeping shall be heard no more.
Number 17. A very strange phenomenon in the sky is called pareidolia. Yes, I said that perfectly. Now, sometimes in the sky, people think they see UFOs, but technically, it could be a bird.
Pareidolia, the imagined perception of a pattern or meaning where it does not actually exist. For years, people, like me, had been filming what appeared to be balls of light flying through the sky in weird untraditional formations. Thanks to the new Sony A7S, we can now see that these are indeed nocturnal birds that glow orange during the new moon of each month. That's right, birds actually glow orange during new moons, and I am about to prove it to you. These small, medium, and even large birds glow so bright that they appear as balls of light when using a night vision camera. Although orb spirits do exist, these glowing birds have nothing to do with them. Although embarrassing, this extreme pareidolia needs to be addressed to the public so that others in the paranormal communities do not make the same mistake as I did. If you want to believe in spirits and God, then do so, but do so for the right reasons. Likewise, if you want to prove God is real by exposing the demonic spirits that God says roam the earth, then you need to do so properly. This will be explained in detail further in this video. What you are looking at is basically night vision in color. Although not technically a night vision camera, the new technology deployed by the A7S has the ability to see in extreme low light situations. Here you can see what the aurora borealis looks like in real time. It is hard to realize that right now it is completely dark outside, considering the fact that it is only 2 or 3 nights after the new moon. That being said, notice how the trees are brown, the sky is purple, and the stars are white. The camera unintentionally deceives the viewer into thinking the moon is out, which it is not. Although glowing nocturnal birds do come out when the moon is shining, they usually like to come out during new moons when it is totally dark. Some people may argue that the small glowing birds are actually angels disguising themselves as birds, considering the fact that the Bible states that angels can pose as human beings.
How stupid would you be if you thought it was a UFO, and then you called the government and said, I saw UFOs, and it's a bird? Number 18. So there's a spice, kind of like turmeric. I don't know. Nobody knows the difference anymore. But cardamom. Cardamom has always been spelled cardamom. Okay, Mom? Got it, Mom? Thanks, Mom. Give me some cardamom. Mom. Number 19. How much you want to bet I could turn you into a vegetarian in less than 2 minutes?
Wow, they are really going.
Oh, that's freaky.
Oh, man.
Helen, check this out.
Jeez.
Because if you put some common salt on the average meat nowadays that you might eat, it starts dancing. Like this.
Even after I filleted it.
That's pretty crazy.
Freaky, right? Ooh, it feels so weird. That's creepy.
We are butchering our freshly dressed rabbit, and I'm cutting out the back straps, and as you can see, it still has a little bit of a twitch to it.
Yeah.
Number 20. Now, if you believe that they actually made it to the moon, good for you, because I don't know how you can buy that stuff. We live in almost 2020. We live in the age now where we can analyze video and we can really break down if something is real or not because we have something called a brain. But now, if you go look at, like, I don't know, moon landings, obviously those are fake, but look at, like, Mars landings, okay? How can you tell me that they're actually on Mars? But now you can just cruise around in their little rover with your little RV thing on your phone. Seriously? You believe that's real? Then stop watching my channel. Also, what about China? China, they also have moon landing videos recently. Then why aren't they 5K, that is, whatever, 8K? Why don't they have those videos by now? But instead, they're like yellow, grainy garbage, just like the 60s, because it never happened.
Then in 2002, Blue Marble 2.0. NASA's Rob Simon made this. And it had wide appeal too. For example, it ended up as the default background on the iPhone.
I didn't even know until I bought an iPhone and turned it on and kind of did a little happy dance.
Simon's job is...
It's primarily taking data and making pictures out of it.
That's what this is, a composite of data sets from several different instruments translated into a picture.
To us, the really cool thing was the data set. Up until that point, there was no realistic color map of the globe anywhere.
So the land layer here comes from
the moderate resolution imaging spectroradiometer aboard Terra.
And the tricky part here was the weather.
So we actually had to take clouds out.
They stashed the clouds for later, went onto the ocean. That came from an instrument that measures phytoplankton in the sea.
Where it was low, I colored it dark blue because they're low mostly in mid-oceans. And then where it was a little bit higher, it was like a little bit brighter green.
Then add the clouds back in.
There's a small problem with it because there's a very slight gap in between each orbit.
So some of those are painted on.
It is photoshopped, but it's has to be. It is photoshopped, but it's has to be.
Then
there was another layer to sort of simulate the atmosphere.
And then there's this little bright spot.
It's called the specular highlight. So it's the reflection of sunlight off of water.
Those are the pieces, but you can't just slap them all together.
It just didn't look realistic. It looks kind of flat, or the clouds are sort of too see-through. So I just hit Command Z a lot.
There's artistry to creating the world.
What I imagine it to be. Unfortunately, I'm not an astronaut. I've never been to space. But I've looked at these images over and over again, trying to sort of get the essence of it.
It never happened. You can't get out of the Van Allen belt. You'll die of radiation before you even get there. But they'll just send a drone to Nevada. And what's funny is, on the videos, they actually have found prairie dogs, because it's in the desert, probably like Nevada or something. I don't know. But it's not on Mars, okay, buddy? Not Mars. So if you notice behind me, there was a book. It's called Revising Reality. No, I do not get paid to tell you about this book. But it's a book that basically breaks down how the Bible has a lot to do with the Mandela effect and how reality is changing, and there's a lot to do with the Bible and Revelation. The link to the book is in the description if you want to check it out. The other book I want to mention is from Stoned Rapper PhD. He just made a book called One Consciousness and the Truth of the Mandela Effect in Reality. If you're not afraid of knowing the truth about the Mandela Effect, then go get his book. Go check it out, because it is some of the deepest stuff you will ever discover about our reality. If you want to know the truth, then go straight to source. Also, the winner of the Nintendo system goes to Jason Lewis. Good job, buddy. You win. Now, to end this video, I want to do an experiment. Here's the experiment. Now, if the Mandela Effect is basically consciousness and how we are affecting matter and the world around us with our vision and our perception of our own reality, then imagine that the earth and the sky is not just blue. Imagine it's purple. Because technically, we can't see it, but the sky is ultraviolet, which is purple. Bees can see it, it's purple. If we all believe the sky is purple, I think with quantum physics and spooky action at a distance, we could change the fabric of space and time and change the sky to purple. With enough of us believing in it, we could change consciousness over matter, and we could change the world around us. Now, if we all participate in this experiment, and we all imagine and believe the sky is going to be purple tomorrow, guess what? I bet we'll see a lot of people saying, wow, do you see that? The sky is purple. For example, back in the day, there were Indians, and they lived on an island, and when like the ships of Columbus were coming to the shoreline, none of them could even see the ships because they've never seen the ships in their life. And it wasn't until the shamans went up to them and said, hey, there's like ships out there, man. They're like this big. And then they're like, whoa, ships out there, dude. And then they all could see the ships. So what I'm saying is change your perspective of this reality, and that's exactly what will happen. Change the way you think about your life, and you'll change your life. So wake up tomorrow and be more optimistic. Guess what? Your life will probably be better. Also, I was thinking about what is the meaning of life? People think about that their entire life and probably never figure it out. But I came up with a theory. Now, what if you figured out the meaning of life and you didn't like it? Then you would have a purpose that you didn't want to do. Let's say that the meaning of life literally was just to shovel snow. And that's all there is that was your purpose, to shovel snow. And the first thing you would think is, I don't want to shovel snow, because as human beings, we're rebellious to things. So wouldn't it be better off to just not know your purpose and the meaning of life, and you could live your life the way you want to live it? So live your life day to day and live to the fullest. That is my motto for the day. I am Lazlow, and you have just watched The Lazlow Zone.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me. Then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, come on and tell me I'm your own.